Hello, hello, and welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy, and we're on Sunday stitching. Now, this is the pieces that we had last week. So this was the one that I'd already done, and I just added a couple of extra pieces to tie it in more with this one. This is the one that I actually did with you. So we tore up the stamped fabric, we added on the flowers, and I stitched the circles and lines so that the backs look basically the same. They are different fabrics, obviously. I'm still not 100% sure whether they are going to be a pouch with, a front and a back, or whether they're going to be a journal cover. So for the time being, they're going to sit on the side while I decide. But for today, I thought it was time we went back to this book. I love this book. This is what I made, last year, maybe even the year before, with Jerry Bellini. And it's the square circles sewn together to make the book cover. And it's got all my Anne Brooks stuff in it. It's got stuff that I did originally on my Ko-fi. It's got K3N stuff in it. It's got stuff just because I wanted to. It's got the where's the circles? It's got the Liz, no, not Liz, Lisbeth Dane circles. It's got everything in it. So today, there's another Lisbeth Dane circle. I thought we'd come back to this book. Now, I want a paper page. Some of the pages are, I loved that. That was K3N, wasn't it? Oh no, that was the Lisbeth Dane, but that upside down blanket stitch was from K3N. There's paper and fabric pages in here. You may or may not remember. I want a paper one. That's a bit small. There's a nice big paper one. Perfect. So I'm going to work on here, but I can't, for what I want to do, work in the book. So I'm going to work away from the book, and then I'll stick it in when I'm done. So I want to use this. This is January the 8th, 1898. It's very brittle. You cannot do anything with these pages unless you strengthen them. So I am going to glue mine onto here so that it's got some added strength. Okay, I'm going to do it with a standard glue stick because it is only paper to paper, and this way I can, preserve the page. I can use the page, and I don't have to worry about it falling apart on me. So, whoops, I can trim round it when I'm finished if I need to. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over and run my bone folder. Normally I'd run my bone folder on the piece that I just stuck down, but because it's so old, I don't want to risk damaging it. And there's a fold over there which is going to get torn, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue and actually stick it down. Okay, so we've now protected our old paper. I'm going to tear off the excess of this coffee dyed sheet like so. Because I want to stitch through the paper, which the vintage page was never going to be strong enough to allow. I don't know if you can hear the wind blowing. I've got the window open because it's quite warm, and it's very sunny, but it's also really windy. I've got washing on the line, it's almost vertical. Not vertical, horizontal. Vertical would be no wind, wouldn't it? Anyway, right, so we've done this, and I thought this week I would, although I'm working in fabric, I'd work from my colour palette book. So I've opened this page here with this amazing Highland cow, and you can see that the colours along the bottom here. Now obviously I can't match them exactly, but I've got this pale blue, I've got this grey. Okay, it's not quite right, but I've hand dyed using my Intense blocks. This one, it's not too bad, is it? This is not really dark enough, but I've got that one, and then I've got this toffee, and then I've got this orangey red paisley. So I'm going to work with those colours. We're not going to do a Highland cow, but I just thought, you know, for a change, I would work from that book. If you're interested in this book at all, I found it on Amazon. It's about £12. Sienna Colourstone colour palettes for artists, graphic designers and colouring enthusiasts, volume 1, which presumably means there are many more. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with this as like the main background piece. So take my scissors and just chomp through it like that. Okay, pull those strings out, and then actually I think we'll have 1 or 2 strings from this side, so we get that fluffy edge. That's going to sit there, and I'm just going to basically pattern collard like before. I think I'm going for this toffee colour next, and I want probably about that much. That's going to come over. I'm going to put this through the centre like that. Probably chucking threads into my coffee cup, but there you go. The price of crafting, is it not? Put that up there. I think I just want a little bit of this blue, almost to represent the sky. And then we've got this lovely grey linen, and I feel like I'm going to cut. Oh yes, it doesn't really tear. You have to really go for it. Yeah, the weave just isn't having it, so I'm going to have to cut it. See, I can't resist it. I'm still trying to tear it. It's just in me somehow. So because I've got to cut it, and I really don't like the straight lines, this one's okay, but I really don't like the straight lines. I'm going to get out my pinking shears, and we're going to go for a zigzag edge. But now, do you know what? I'm thinking I actually want it an awful lot thinner than that. And like that. And then it's going to sit yeah, it's going to sit like that. So I'm going to make my life a little bit easier. I'm going to use some glue stick just to hold it down. So that's going to go there like that. This one is going there. Just hold it all in place. And then we'll run a little bit down the centre there. And that stops a little bit above and goes up there. This one was hanging down there. And this one did you go that way in the end? Well, it's going that way now. There you go. So I've got all of the colours in my colour palette. I'm now gonna, oh no, I haven't done this one. Oh, for goodness sake, Claire. Do you know what? I'm gonna try and cut a lovely little heart out of here. Well, it's not the best heart in the world, is it, Claire? No, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Sorry. Gonna have to do this again. So we're gonna go tool. Now that is much better, but that needs to come down more. That's better. That looks like a much better heart. Okay. And it's going to sit proud on the top there. So a little bit of glue on there. It's just going to hold it all for me. There we go. There's all my colours. Lovely. So what I didn't think to do, silly woman that I am, is I didn't pick out any thread. So I'll put you on pause. I'll get some threads and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I've picked out threads. Whoops, here's my needle book. This is where we're going to go. So I've got this blue, this toffee. This one is probably the worst match, but it was the nearest I could find. We've got this one and we've got this sort of olive green. So away we go. Now the question here is, what do I want to do? And I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to treat it like a bit of a sampler. So we'll probably do different stitches on each of the fabrics. So I'm going to start with this olive green, which I love. Well, I love them all, that's why I bought them. And we'll thread up our needle, and I think I'm going to do a series of X's with this because we haven't got much space. So, you know, we're a little bit limited for what we can do, really. I think you may think I'm wrong, but so I'm going to start here and come across to here, and because it's paper you can't really fold over like you would with fabric. You need to just go up and down more like it was in a ring. I don't yeah, I'm gonna go all the way across, naughty and all that, but I'm gonna do it. And then over to there. Whoops. See, that's the only thing as well, you can't really quite see what you're doing. Into there. So we've got 2 crosses there, and then I'm going to come here. It is wasting quite a lot of thread, but you know. Down there. 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 And then I'm going to go for some little ones. So then come across here and there. And there. Yeah. A really long, narrow one here. And then across that one. And across that one. So we've done crosses, various crosses on our green areas. I'm just going to poke all the way down, bring that through and through, like so. Okay, so that's that done. And I think on our baby blue, maybe we'll do some of that backward blanket stitch, or inside out, or whatever you want to call it. So we'll get some of that. And this is the Sheepies 509. This one is DMC 611. I suppose I should tell you that, shouldn't I? So for this inside out, back to front, whatever, blanket stitch, I am going to come in the centre rather than round the edge. Oops, that's not right, is it, Claire? Pull that through properly. Dog hair as well. It's a dreadful time of year at the moment for dog hair. Okay, so come down there, not pulling it all the way through, and then I'm going to come like that through there, and then pull it tight like that. Okay, and then maybe I can just and then through there. And can you see, it's a bit difficult with the same colour, but I deliberately wanted colour on colour, if you know what I mean. Up through there. Here you go. So you can see it starting to come round now. And then under. Whoops. There. You can see we're starting to get our circle running through the middle. Up through. And now I want to come round the outside. So I'm going to coat there. Actually, let's do the, it is working sort of, isn't it? So let's do it. Keep picking up these cotton threads. That's because they're on the table. Right. Okay, and now I want to feed out, so I'm going to go there, like so. So it's almost like a spiral. Oops. Yeah. Maybe a bit of a lopsided spiral, but that doesn't really matter. And just come slightly off the fabric there on the end. And then there. And then, do you know what? Let's start joining it up. So if we go through there, we start getting this, I don't know, what would you call it? Well, it's all connected now, isn't it? Look. So then go under that one. And down there. And then we'll bring it over there. I'm just playing now, you know, just adaptation of a theme, basically. And then we're going to come up there and all the way up to there. And then and then off there, like that. So we've got, it's just basically, I'm just trying to create texture. That's all I'm doing. Okay, so this one, I think this is going to be one of my standard feather stitch type trees. This I think needs to be lines. Oh, I didn't get a colour for that, did I? Well, do you know what? Maybe we don't actually stitch this one. Perhaps that was like an unknown omen. So I'm going to use the toffee and I'm going to do feather stitch tree, and we'll start right up and over. And this is the DMC 435. And okay, and not on here. And I think we're going to start there. And it's going to come down and work all onto this toffee. So over and back up. And obviously if you were normally stitching paper, you'd have to be a little bit careful doing this over and up, because you tear the paper, but because we've got the fabric on it, it's okay. So then over. Sorry, this probably looks really cockeyed to you. There we go. There you go, we're starting to. And because obviously paper's quite stiff, it doesn't fold in your hand like fabric does. But that's fine. That's Boo. Sounds like she's gonna kick off and have a little bark. That's why I turned it upside down, because it was too wide that side. So just come across here and feed that way. There we go. No, I've got to do it this way. Or was it? It doesn't work. I just can't quite work it that way. There we go. Right. Come back, needle. And we'll clip in just behind the blue there, like so. Okay, and then we'll come over here, over and down. Sorry. Oh dear. The joys. The joys, the joys of having an idea and struggling to make it work. Have you done that? You start something, you think, oh, this really is not the smartest idea in the book, but hey, I'm not going to give up on it now. Don't see why I should. How have I got a knot in my thread? Tied the two together, can you see? How ridiculous. Just and of course you cut the wrong one. Of course you do. Duh. Right, well this is obviously turning into a little bit of a nightmare. And we are 40 minutes in, so I'm going to stop there and let you have a more restful Sunday. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.